Hi guys, welcome to part 4 of the reading session. So again, we're reading The Job Hunt and it's on the Facebook page so you can read along with us. But like I said, this is part 4, so if you haven't already, you can go back and look at the first 3 parts that we read. So this chapter is called Wall Street and it's on page 60, so I'm going to start there now. So at the Wall Street stop, a man got on the train. He had on black pants, a black jacket, a crisp white shirt, and a red necktie. He was holding a black case. He looked sharp. Kurt jabbed Kim with his elbow and whispered, "What do you think his job is? Do you think he is a spy or a secret agent?" "I don't know," Kim said. "He might be a banker who has a job in a bank on Wall Street." "What's a bank?" A bank is a place where you can keep your cash so it is safe. The bank keeps your cash until you need it and they pay you a bit for saving your cash with them. Since not everyone needs their cash at the same time, the bank has extra cash that they can use to make loans to people who need cash. What's a loan? When you get a loan from a bank, the bank lets you borrow some of the cash that it has, and you can make a deal to put the cash back later, plus some fees that the bank adds in. So first of all, we'll talk about the man. So the man gets on the train. He's got black trousers on, a black jacket, a crisp white shirt. So they say he looked sharp. So he looked smart. He looks really good. And he looks very formal. He's very dressed up. And Kurt thinks he's a spy, a secret agent, think he works for something very exciting. And Kim thinks that he might be a banker on Wall Street. He works in a bank. So then Kim tells Kurt what a bank is. So it's somewhere where you put your money in and they keep it safe for you. And they also loan you money. So they give you money and then you pay it back after you've got what you need. And so this picture, we can see the man. So he's got his red tie on, he's got his case, he's got his jacket and his shirt on, and he's on the phone. We can see it in the picture. So page 62. You mean you have to pay back more cash than the cash you borrow? That's right. Why not just use the cash you've got? Kurt asked. Well, if you have a lot of cash, you might not need to get a loan. But let's say you plan to open your own store. You would need a lot of cash before you even open the store. You might not have all this cash on your own, so you might need a loan to get started. Kurt dreamed of a store he might like to open and of a banker handing him a big bag of cash. Then he dreamed that he might even like to be a banker himself. Do bankers get paid a lot? Kurt asked. Some of them do. So why don't you get a job at a bank? Most banks won't hire you unless you have finished 2 or 3 years of college. I have just finished 1 year. So it's a hard job to get, Kim nodded. Okay. So Tim is still explaining what a loan means to Kurt. So when you have a loan from the bank gives you some money and then you pay it back later, but you also pay a bit more money back. So they make you pay for them giving you that money. So you pay a bit extra than the money you've borrowed. So Kim is telling Kurt that if you want to open your own business, you want to open a shop, you need a loan because you might need more money than you have to start your shop. And Kurt dreamed of a store he might like to open. So dreaming, he's thinking about it in his head. He's thinking what it would be like to own his own shop. And a banker giving him a big bag of cash. And he also dreamed he might like to be a banker. So maybe when Kurt's older, he might want to be a banker as well. And they're talking about Wall Street in here. So Wall Street is a place in Manhattan in New York. And it's just a street, but it's got lots of banks on it, and they're really big, important banks. So people who work on Wall Street are very wealthy. They make a lot of money, and yeah, it's a very important place. So, and Kurt says, do they get paid a lot? And they do. Lots of bankers, especially in Wall Street, they make a lot of money. So Kurt says, why doesn't Kim work at a bank? But most banks won't hire you unless you've done 2 or 3 years of college, of university. So you have to have a degree to work there. And she says, I've just finished 1 year of university. And so it's a hard job to get. It's very difficult. So the next page we can see, so this really shows it well. So Kurt is dreaming, he's daydreaming. So he sees on the picture, you can see it's Kurt's shop, and he's dreaming about what it would be like. Looks like it's got a teddy bear here, he's got some balloons, and he's dreaming about a man giving him a big bag of money, his loan, thinking about what it could be like. And that's the end of that chapter. So I've got some questions on this one. Okay. So the first one is, how did the man who got on the train look? How did the man who got on the train look? So you can pause the video and have a look back in the book and see what you think. So the man who got on the train, he looked very smart. He was wearing a red tie, he was wearing a shirt, black pants, black jacket, and he was holding a black case. So he looked good, he looked very smart. So number 2, what is a bank? So a bank would be somewhere that you keep your money to keep it safe so no one can take it. So they look after your money for you. So you give them your money and they keep it for you. And number 3, what is a loan? So you can have a look back in the book as well. So a loan is money that you have to pay back. So the bank will give you some money, but then you have to give them that money back, and you also have to pay to get a loan. And number 4, what is one reason that you would need a loan? Why might you need to get a loan from the bank? So one reason that they talk about in the book is they say, if you want to open a shop, so you might want to open your own shop, and it costs a lot of money to open up your own shop. And so you say to the bank, can I have a loan? And they give you some money so you can open your shop. And the very last question, why can't Kim get a job at the bank? So in this chapter, Kim goes to the bank and she asks for a job, but why can't she get a job? So she doesn't even ask, and why can't she get the job? So the reason is that you've got to have gone to college or university for quite a few years before you can get a job at a bank. And Kim has only done 1 year. She's just done 1 year of college and she's come home. So she can't get a job at the bank just yet. She's got to do a few more years at college yet. Okay, well done, guys. So that's the last one of this chapter.